A mortgage is a scam. A mortgage is a complete fraud. And it's set up by the banking system and allowed to be this way by the government so that the banks make a fortune. When you get a mortgage, for the first several years, when you make your payment, you're just paying almost all interest. You're not paying down the principal. So if you have a home with a mortgage, let's say you have a $100,000 mortgage, after the first year of making the payments, you still owe $100,000. You haven't paid down your principal at all. So the mortgage is a horrible loan. Horrible. So what do rich people do? What rich people do, and if you watch a show like $1 Million Listings, where you see $1 million homes, $5 million homes, $10 million homes, $20 million homes being sold, many, if not most, of the people who are buying these very high-end homes always say, it's a cash deal. I'm buying the home with cash. Why do they buy the home in cash? Because they know a mortgage is the dumbest, worst type of credit or loan you can ever get. And some of you are thinking, oh, that's terrific for the wealthy. I don't have the money to buy a home in cash. Great. Here's what I would suggest. Let's go back to rule number 1, live below your means. When you buy a house, I can guarantee, and I've looked at dozens and dozens of people, you're buying a house that's too expensive. You're just spending too much money. And someone says, well, you don't know the prices of real estate. No, you're buying a house that's too expensive. You're buying a house that's too big. When I grew up, a house was 1,200 square feet for 4 people with 1 bathroom. That was a normal size house. So you are probably just spending too much money. You have a syndrome called keeping up with the Joneses. Practice delayed gratification. If you were to purchase a home much less expensive than you were considering, you'll save money, and over time, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years, you'll be able to have enough money saved. And when you sell your home, you'll have enough money from the sale via the appreciation of that home, where you'll have enough money to buy a house and either put down 70, 80% down or buy it in cash. And that's how you start. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. You got to start someplace. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. I was just talking to a Rolls-Royce dealer downtown Chicago. And I said, you buy your houses cash? Yeah. I says, did you buy your first house cash? No. Did you buy a really big house? No. He says, first we lived in an apartment, small. We saved all of our money. Then we used that money, put down 50%, bought our first house. He put down 50% when he bought his first house. He says, and we sold that a few years later. And the second house, we paid cash. But the first 2 places he lived in were places you wouldn't live in. Successful people are always willing to do what the other guys are not willing to do.